ago?
Oh gosh, that's 16 years?
16 years. But you know, I was just at a very famous food and wine festival with my daughter who's now 21, and we could walk around the world and we could savor foods from all over the world.
Sure.
and wines and special drinks from all over the world. And one of my favorite stops was Patagonia, which had its very own little, kiosk to go up and try the special ones. Well, let me tell you, you don't have to be at that special place around the world. You don't have to get on an airplane and fly out in the middle of the ocean,
right.
because Anderson Seafoods brings us 3 pounds of wild Patagonian pink shrimp. Now, this is the first day ever on 4 easy payments of $22.35, because you're getting 3 pounds. That's going to be anywhere from like 80 to 84 shrimp. Correct. Approximately, because of course it's by weight.
That's right.
And we just got this back in stock, because the last time that Richard was with us, it was like completely down to final quantities. We can do it ship now, and then of course bill to ship to. You could do that as a holiday gift, because nobody wants to stand in line for seafood on Christmas Eve. That's not the time to go shopping. So we can either ship it to you right away on the 4th of December, and you can also do every 4 months on auto delivery. Even though the Easy Pay goes away at the end of the day, Chef Richard, if you go and lock in auto delivery, you'll still get the 4 easy payments. So, like I said, I remember seeing the marquee and seeing that shrimp was one of the options, but if you're not familiar with wild Patagonian pink shrimp, what makes it so special?
Yeah, we talked about it before. First of all, any wild-caught seafood product I'm always a big fan of, because it's feeding in the wild, so it's getting the natural foods it's meant to eat, so the flavors to me are pure and bright and beautiful. Pink Patagonian shrimp from the southern tip of South America are considered by chefs the lobster of shrimp. So if you ask the chefs and you read about these, first of all, they're not easy to find, but look at the color. You can see this is them in their raw form. They have
pink they are.
Yeah, they have that bright pink color, and that's because what they're eating, the plankton and all the natural things, and then they don't shrink down. But what I love about these is the texture, the tender flavor, and also the fact that these are completely deveined, detailed. It's 100% protein.
Oh my gosh, my husband just said yes, please, and thank you, because he does the cleaning, I do the cooking, and let me tell you, that is not fun at all. Now, I think it's interesting to note that most of us that go to maybe a gourmet shop or even go to our local grocery store, we're not getting wild-caught shrimp, are we?
No, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's very difficult. Most of the shrimp you're going to find out, whether it's your seafood store or your grocery store, it's going to be a farm-raised product. And again, there's some great farm-raised products, but the texture and flavor is different. Now, I want you to taste this, because what we did is we actually just poached some shrimp, because to me, you're tasting it in its purest form.
Not
any sauce, not anything. And like I said, they call it the lobster of shrimp.
Oh my gosh.
Tender, sweet. What do you think?
It's not stringy at all. And there's nothing on that, and there's so much flavor. And I have to say, I love shrimp. I love shrimp cocktail. I love grilled shrimp. I don't think I've ever had shrimp before without anything on it, because usually it's kind of bland and it takes on the flavor that you put on it. That has it's such a wonderful texture and a wonderful taste. Like, no wonder these were so popular the last time they were on the air. And when I think of what I've spent for cleaned and deveined shrimp with the tail still on, and now, Richard, I don't really know even where that shrimp came from. When you think you're getting 80 to 84 of these on 4 easy payments of $22.35 for the first time ever, like, put that into perspective in terms of maybe like feeding a crowd. How many maybe main courses could I get?
So think about it. I think you're getting easily 8 full main courses, maybe 10, like you just said. If you're 8 shrimp, you're getting 10 entrees. If you want a bigger entree, 10 full entree portions. And again, of a wild-caught seafood product coming from Anderson, who's been doing it for almost 40 years. The only thing they do is find the best seafood sources. And this is another important thing. The texture of this shrimp is so tender and delicate, it only takes a few minutes to cook. You don't want to overcook it, just cook it just enough.
So it comes frozen. Do I need to defrost it or anything?
Yes,
what do I
do? So this is how it comes. It comes in 3 1-pound bags. This is one of the bags, and that's what I love about it. When you even look at these, they almost look like they're cooked because of that bright
pink. Look how
pink
they are. You would think that they were.
Yeah.
We were saying that's why flamingos are so pink, because they eat the right raw shrimp.
Yeah, and this will defrost in a water bath in minutes. 5 minutes, put it in some cold water, drain it, and then pat it dry, and you're ready to cook.
And this looks like is it a Ziploc, or could
it's not a Ziploc.
Could I take some out?
You can take some out and put it in a resealable bag, and it'll be great in the freezer, and they're good for 6 months.
I always think of my dad, who loved the QVC food. Although he lived alone and was in his 80s, he loved to cook, and so he could take out just as many as he wanted to make. and then seal it right back up and put it back in the freezer until next time. We always have special seafood on Christmas Eve, but we get home from church kind of late.
Sure.
So thank goodness for QVC.
Absolutely.
One time my husband went to the fish store on Christmas Eve, and of course it's called 7 Fishes for a reason, people, and the line was out the door. So you're doing a little butter, a little white wine, we're good.
Couldn't be easier to do. White wine, butter, garlic, lemon, really simple ingredients, but the texture and flavor of the shrimp is what shines because you don't have to do a lot to it. So whether you're grilling it, broiling it, doing a nice seafood broil, or if you're just steaming them for shrimp cocktail. I know with the holidays coming up, there's nothing like the classic chilled shrimp, but when you have these Patagonians, people are going to ask you, there's something different about it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm on vacation.
Yeah, and you even saw when I made the shrimp and I sauteed it, they almost throw off that little pink hue. That's because of what they're eating, that plankton, that natural food and the flavor and texture.
Don't they make your sauce a little pink?
They make the sauce a little pink, and people ask you, what did you put in your sauce? And you're like, you know what? It's the shrimp that does it.
And the fact that they're cleaned, deveined, no tails.
I've done that
Thank
work.
you. Oh, I said that's my husband's job, and you know I'm telling him
Not
I'm
a fun
cooking
job.
it, so you're doing that, dude. He's gonna love these.
So how about we
where
taste?
can I grab from?
This is a hot one. Do you want to taste the hot one?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm taking one too.
Take one of these. And again, I'll just ask you about, some shrimp are kind of hard and tough. I find that these shrimp literally they melt apart in your mouth. It's if I could even.
They're so plump. They eat almost more like lobster.
Look at the meat.
There's a succulence
And
to
no
them.
stringiness at all, which you often get with shrimp.
See the meat? It almost looks like a little lobster
Look how
tail.
juicy that is.
And
It does.
It just melts in your mouth.
Thank you.
It's you would think, oh, shrimp, I've had them before. Until you've had wild pink Patagonians, it's just a different experience.
And unless I'm standing next to Richard, I have no idea how to get wild pink Patagonian shrimp delivered to you. We just got them back in stock. They are on Easy Pay that's going away at the end of the day. It's the first time we've ever given you 4 easy payments. The option's away at the end of the day. If you say, I don't know what to get that family across the miles, send them this. And they're going to be loving you forever. They get the shrimp, you get the bill. We're continuing on in the last 20 minutes of our gourmet holiday, but Christy Fletcher is coming up with Germac, a one and only flavor that we've never done in any other configuration on QVC. And Wally in the warehouse, you better get ready, dude, because we got a lot of Germac coming up in just a couple minutes. Sharon?
The Germac, because that's always a fun gift to give, and you can see it right there. The cashew cranberry with caramel sea salt truffles will be coming your way, so I am guaranteed to get in there and have a little bite of that. But we are going to continue the savory story happening right now for this gourmet holiday, as we've got about 20 minutes left in our show, and then Jane and I take over for great gifts. I think giving the gift of meatballs is actually a really great gift because it's a family gift. The parents can eat it, the kids can eat it, and many times